India is getting closer to a trade risk that might drastically alter its economic future, driven by growing trade tensions with the US and improving relations with China. A potential return to the biggest free trade pact in the world. Indeed, almost 5 years after withdrawing from the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RC, India is considering re-entering the 15-nation trading group. According to 2 high-ranking government sources who spoke to Mint, the new thinking is being investigated as part of a more comprehensive plan to strengthen India's commercial ties with its neighbors, particularly in the wake of tense trade negotiations with the US. One of the individuals stated that the Indian government has started internal talks to reevaluate the advantages and disadvantages of RC membership in view of tariff conflicts, global supply chain realignments, and the pressing need to diversify our export markets. With 15 nations and 2.3 billion inhabitants, the RC bloc is enormous and accounts for almost 1/3 of the world's GDP. And significantly, Singapore and Japan have allowed India to return. However, why did India initially leave? Just before the agreement was finalized, in November 2019, India withdrew from the group, citing worries about market access, growing trade deficits, and threats to small enterprises, indigenous industry, and farmers. In 2025, however, things have changed. The United States has criticized Asia's punitive tariffs. Global supply chains are changing, and China and India are beginning to show indications of thawing. Under Donald, Washington has imposed high tariffs during Trump's second term, imposing 15-20% on ASEAN, 40% on Laos, and 19% on Cambodia, as well as a crippling 50% tax on India as a result of Russian oil. Punitive US tariffs, according to experts, are forcing Eastern economies to make RC a more attractive platform. The task is far more difficult for India. Imports are increasing while exports are decreasing, resulting in a record $99 billion trade gap with China. The pharmaceutical industry is one of India's most robust sectors, but it is locked outside of the Chinese market. India has an unrealized export potential of $161 billion to China, 10 times its existing sales, according to a recent study. However, Beijing and ASEAN have provided formal assurances that Indian goods will be able to enter markets. We'll have to wait and see how these things work out.